Everyone, got Griffin Dorsey here for you. Griff, just to start off, got plenty of training sessions under your belt now, one game. How's it going here in Mexico for you and the team?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's a great opportunity for the team and the coaching staff and everybody to start gelling together in anticipation for the new season.
Great. All right, we'll go to Dustin first.
Hey, Griffin.
Hey, Dustin, how are you?
Hey, good. Hey, Ben talked about you guys being more comfortable this year, kind of knowing how you guys play, knowing how the team plays. You were all new last year, now you've kind of had a year under your belts. As players, how do you feel like you guys are, coming into this year off the back of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a team, we know we know each other better. I mean, obviously, we've worked together for a year now, and there's obviously going to be some new faces, some new people. But I think last year was a complete swap of most everybody. So, the familiarity that we have as a group is very awesome. And it's felt very great going into this preseason.
And just Tate coming back from his major injury, how good is it to see him get back on the field, another fullback with you guys? You guys seem to have a lot of fullbacks now. Just having Tate back and that kind of competition you guys have.
Oh, it's fantastic. Tate worked his tail off for a better part of 9 months, I think, to get back and to be ready for this preseason. And I mean, he's come in flying, which is exactly what we want. We want that competition. We want it to start heating up as the season gets closer.
Thanks, Griffin.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Kyle, go ahead.
Hey, Griffin, how's it going?
Good, Kyle. How are you, man?
I'm doing well, thank you. Ben just mentioned that Kieran Sargent is getting some time on the right side. Have you been able to help him settle in, provide some mentor experience?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's always fun having a young kid come in, and it's also adds to the competition that we have at outside back, which is once again great. It pushes me to be the best version of myself, and I hope I do the same for all the other outside backs. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Maggie, go ahead.
Hey Griffin, how are you?
Good, Maggie. How are you?
I'm doing good. Who's taking care of the pups?
My wife is at home taking care of the little dog.
Yeah. Question, what does the new slogan, Hustling for More, mean to you? I mean, I thought for sure they were going to go with, here we go orange, let's go orange.
I think it describes the mentality of Houston in general. I would say that Houston's a very hustle, work your tail off type of city, and I think that fits directly in with the team. We're filled with a bunch of hard workers who want to hustle to be their best every single day, and I would say that's kind of where it hits home for me.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of clubs have a lot more signings than the Dynamo this offseason, but are you guys still focused on fit and dynamic really being what's going to carry you through the season?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
A lot of clubs, you guys have kind of been outsigned when it comes to new faces, trades, anything like that this offseason, but you guys have been more so on the dynamic, and we were told that there was this conversation before everything and everybody wanted to kind of keep it how it was. Do you think that dynamic and the fit that you guys have going on right now can carry you through the season with everyone else and their arsenal kind of loading up?
I think that's kind of beyond my job. My job's to be a player day in and day out and be the best version of myself. And I totally think that, we have a bunch of guys who work really hard to put results week in and week out together, and that's what our plan is right now.
Does the fit still feel good?
Oh, it feels fantastic. I would say that at the start of preseason, I haven't felt more comfortable in a group with a team before in my career.
Thank you. So what's your most favorite thing that you've had to eat in Mexico so far?
Ooh, we had a fresh red snapper today that was absolutely delicious, but the food has been fantastic. I'm not going to lie. I think it's checked boxes for just about everybody, which I think is really hard to do with a full team.
Probably going to be hard to come home now, right?
No, Houston's got the best food in the world, so.
Awesome. Thank you, Griffin.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Rudy, go ahead.
Hey, Griffin. Just wanted, I know you mentioned obviously everything's looking good for preseason, but you guys don't have Hector, you guys don't have Nelson like you guys did last offseason. How's that, I guess, how's that working with the squad? Do you guys still have that same fun and go-lucky, happy attitude that you guys had, previously? Or, what is the difference, you think, in the chemistry with the team?
Well, I mean, I think as seasons progress, as years change, things happen, and transition happens, and there's a bit of a transition moment, going on no matter what team you are. It's preseason, and I think as a team, it still feels very similar to what we had going at the end of last year. A lot of synchronicity, a lot of connection, and a lot of comfort on the field. And I think, obviously, without Nelson and Hector right now, you are missing a little bit, and there's no doubt about it. But that's the role of preseason is, okay, how do we continue to fill spots? I mean, it would be crazy to think that everybody would be 100% healthy all year, no matter what happens, and we'd have the same starting lineup. Things have to transition, things have to change, and as a team, we have to be continuously ready for that.
And I'll just finish up with this. I know in previous pressers you've mentioned about meditating. It's a preseason at the end of the day, right? You guys have a little bit of time off. Do you take time to kind of go away from everybody and just, keep it to yourself and be able to just meditate on your own time?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, actually, I'd argue that preseason is the opposite of having a little time off. It's actually less time off. But in general, I'm lucky because I got a roommate in Eric Stivanchenko who doesn't judge my meditations, doesn't give me shit for it, and he actually he'll stay quiet when I need him to stay quiet. So I've had a lot of time to do some meditations.
Great, man. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Herman, go ahead.
Hey, Griffin. How are you?
Good, Herman. How are you?
Good, thank you. Just curiosity. I know it was mostly under 23 players, but is the style of soccer different than MLS that you've noticed or picked on a different style of playing against Chivas, or very physical like MLS, or what did you pick up on? Any differences or anything that stood out to you? That was
I think
different?
tactically in Liga MX, there's a lot of differences, and I think as you go from team to team, and you even look at Santos last year and playing against them and Pachuca, I mean, there are a lot of differences in the way that they play, the way that they set up. There's a lot of dynamic players, a lot of talented players, very skillful players, and I think, as we continue to face up against Mexican clubs and Liga MX clubs, you really realize the differences that are found within the teams in the leagues.
Good deal. Thank you, sir. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Anything else for Griff before we wrap up here? All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.